Retirement homes are supposed to be a safe haven, a place where seniors can live peacefully, receive proper care, and enjoy their golden years. But behind the polished brochures and warm promises, there's a darker reality that many seniors and their families never see coming. From neglect and financial exploitation to loneliness and even abuse, retirement homes aren't always the paradise they claim to be. Today, we're diving deep into the stories of real seniors who have faced the harsh reality of life inside these facilities. If you or a loved one is considering moving into a retirement home, this is a must-watch. Part 1. The promise versus the reality. Many seniors enter retirement homes with high expectations. They believe they'll receive top-tier care, make new friends, and live comfortably. But for some, the experience is far from what they imagined. Take Margaret, an 82-year-old widow who sold her house to move into what was advertised as a luxury retirement community. The brochure showed smiling seniors playing games, enjoying gourmet meals, and receiving personalized attention. The reality? Margaret quickly found herself in an understaffed facility where meals were often cold, medical care was delayed, and staff members treated residents like burdens rather than people. Unfortunately, this is a common theme. Many retirement homes prioritize profits over proper care, cutting corners on staffing and amenities once residents have already paid their fees. Lesson: always visit a retirement home multiple times before making a decision. Talk to current residents, check reviews, and ask about staffing ratios. Part 2. The hidden costs and financial exploitation. Retirement homes are big business, and some facilities take advantage of seniors financially. John, a retired teacher, moved into a retirement home expecting his monthly costs to remain stable. But within a year, he found himself drowning in unexpected fees, extra charges for meals, cleaning services, and even basic medical care. When he tried to leave, he discovered he was locked into a contract with steep penalties for early termination. Even worse, some facilities pressure seniors into signing complex agreements they don't fully understand, leading to financial ruin. In extreme cases, unethical staff members manipulate or scam vulnerable seniors out of their savings. Lesson: always have a lawyer review any contracts before signing. Watch out for hidden fees and predatory pricing structures. Part 3. The loneliness epidemic. Many people assume that living in a retirement home will solve the problem of loneliness, but for some seniors, it makes things worse. Take Ellen, who moved into a retirement home after her husband passed away. She thought she'd make new friends, but instead, she found herself surrounded by residents who were either too frail to interact or uninterested in socializing. Her days felt empty, and despite being surrounded by people, she felt more alone than ever. Studies show that loneliness in retirement homes is a growing issue. While some facilities offer great social programs, others leave residents isolated with little stimulation or interaction. Lesson: if you're considering a retirement home, look for one with an active social environment. Visit during different times of the day to see if residents are engaged or left alone in their rooms. Part 4. Neglect and medical mistreatment. Perhaps the most heartbreaking issue in retirement homes is the neglect and mistreatment of residents. Robert, a 90-year-old veteran, developed bed sores due to neglect at his facility. Despite paying for 24/7 care, staff often ignored his needs, leaving him in discomfort for hours. His family only discovered the extent of the neglect when he was hospitalized due to an infection. Understaffing is one of the biggest causes of medical neglect. Some facilities stretch caregivers thin, forcing them to manage too many residents at once. This leads to missed medications, improper care, and serious health complications. Lesson: check a facility's health inspection records and talk to staff members. Ask about the ratio of caregivers to residents. If a home seems understaffed, it likely is. Part 5. The cases of abuse. The worst stories come from seniors who have experienced outright abuse in retirement homes, both physical and emotional. One shocking case involved an elderly woman who was verbally abused by a staff member, leaving her too scared to ask for help. In another, a hidden camera revealed a caregiver physically mistreating an Alzheimer's patient. Abuse can be hard to detect, especially when seniors fear retaliation. Some don't report mistreatment because they feel powerless or worry they won't be believed. Lesson: if you have a loved one in a retirement home, check in frequently. Look for signs of mistreatment, like sudden changes in behavior, bruises, or withdrawal from social activities. If something seems wrong, act immediately.